Your hometown took on a new meeting today as Quincy Brewing Company, along with the Golden Collective, hosted Quincy's first 217 Day. The house was packed as patrons celebrated the Gem City by enjoying a drink and shopping from several local vendors, which sold items ranging from homemade crafts to sweet treats to even some thrifted items. There were several areas to sit down and eat a hot meal as well while taking a break from all the shopping.
Just have a celebration of Quincy and some of the people and the businesses that we like. So we just invited everyone here to a sip and shop. The brewery was kind enough to host us.
I love Quincy, the people, the businesses. We just have something special going on here, and I really wanted to highlight that.
And organizers say they hope to turn this into a yearly tradition. Well, Pancake